So, spring is here. The yard is starting to look like a mess, but there's a couple things I want to do to the lawnmower before I start mowing this year. So, first of all, probably clean it up a little bit. There's pollen all over it. And when I put this bigger motor in, I had to raise up the front of the hood so the motor would clear. So I made these brackets down there with just some spare, I think they're brackets to put two 2x4s together. I just doubled them up and, you know, mounted the hood like that. But I didn't put in a stop on the hood. So I think what I'll do is, you can see there's a little hole right there. I'll drill those holes out a little bigger and put a bolt through them to where that part of the hood bracket will hit that bolt. So it'll just go to about right there and stop. So I want to do that. There's also an idler pulley on the drive belt that's in really bad shape, bearings out on it. So I got this idler pulley. Also got a wiring harness for the lights because the dog chewed them up. And I got the steering gear because this one is just completely worn out. I got all that from Lionel when they were parting out tractors. So, and then I've got a flat tire. I think I'm going to start by doing the hood, because once I do that it'll be easier to work on it with the hood staying. Okay, so we've got that done. I just drilled holes out, put a bolt on each side, so now the hood rests up against there, and it closes just fine. But looks like the weld's starting to break right there, so I've got the MIG here, so I'll probably weld that up. And so the next step, I think we'll do the steering. I'm going to pull the gas tank out. Okay, so I got the gas tank out. I just set it up on top of the motor. And what I ended up doing, I was able to get my hand in there to get these top bolts out. And once I got those out, then I was able to just pry back on the dashboard a little bit and get the gas tank out. Then I could get my hand in, get these bottom ones out. So now the dash is just loose, and I think that'll be good enough. Okay, so what I've done is I got the front bolts out. I just did a long extension so I could get up higher where I could work. Had two of these long ones on it. And so now what I did is I just scooted the dash forward, undid the battery just to make sure I didn't hit the wires on the ignition switch up against anything. And I've just got one bolt left. Sprayed some silicone spray on the back side of them because they were pretty rusty. And there's no nuts on these, the frame is threaded. So we got that one out. So now it's loose there. We just have to get up under here now and undo the steering linkage. It goes to the front wheels. If you can look right up in there, it's right there. Just a word of advice. To get the bottom steering linkage off, do that before you take the bolts out, because when you try to take it off, this thing just starts, you know, wobbling all around. So undo the steering shaft first, because I had to two of the bolts, start two of the bolts back in to hold it so I could loosen the linkage. So the linkage on the it's a 9/16 nut, and then you have to hold a 1/2 inch back up on the other side of it. So that's all you need to get it out. And then now I think we should be able to just kind of work this out somehow. And I'm going to put the camera down right here. Got the old one out. Take a quick look at it. Okay, so this one, you can see how much slack it's got, and all of this is worn out. And this one is really tight. It's got a little bit in it, but shoot, it may have a little slack in it new. And this bushing is still good on this one. And this one is just totally worn out. You can see how tight that one is. So I got some grease. I'm going to throw some grease in here, spray lithium, or spray white grease. Some over here. Much better. So I'll kind of maneuver this one in place and bolt it down. Steering is all in. Haven't put this on yet, but I've got it all, steering stuff all bolted back up.